Welcome to Drinking Stuff with Drinkstuff. I'm Laura.
And I'm Izzy.
And we try all the weird and wonderful cocktails. So you don't have to.
Oh, that was really... We're getting good at this.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
Wow.
that's because, spending so much time together, we end up in sync and everything just minds blend.
Exactly. I mean, we're a unit, neither of us are ever allowed to leave.
No, that's what I realised doing this. That's it now. I'm here for life.
Stuck with each other. Right, well.
Alright, shall we...
So, as always, been trying the top 100 cocktails on Difford's Guide. Mm-hmm. We've done 100, 99, 98. Today we have...
97 and 96. So, do you want me to... I'll just tell us what they are.
Just say what the cocktails are, because then I want to discuss our rating.
So, 97 is the Eastern Standard, and 96 is the Missionary's Downfall. So...
And we've had a look at the recipes already, obviously, because we need to know how to make it, we need to know the ingredients. And actually, I think this week we have a couple of
We
crackers.
were excited, I think.
Yeah. This week is definitely going to top last week.
I think so too, actually. I've been looking forward to these because I'm not being funny, but I can still taste that Champolice shit that we made before, and I need some refreshing cocktails in my life. So
Yeah, and
I think that's what we've got.
With the Casablanca that obviously required the maraschino liqueur.
Ooh.
So obviously we didn't make it with maraschino liqueur, we made it with cherry herring, but Steve's actually going to bring in some maraschino liqueur sort of tomorrow, sort of off podcast recording. But I might do like a sneaky little kind of like mid-recording, just like a couple of minutes, and then and make it properly.
Yeah.
Just so that I can say that I've tried it properly.
Yeah.
Even if you don't, I will.
Do you know what? I'll have a sip, but I don't know. It's just, it gives me that sick feeling.
Heartburn was your major concern.
It's the sick feeling that you get when you've drunk too much.
Yeah.
Which we all know too well.
Yeah. But... Okay, so that's kind of like last week and what's coming up. But the main thing I kind of wanted to discuss before we got onto the cocktails, because I think this is important to do beforehand, is discuss our rating. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm sure you're our loyal listeners. I'm sure you know exactly what rating we use. And the rough order that we have, the rough kind of baseline we have at the moment is that basically, if we would order one of these cocktails in a bar, it's a 7.
Yeah.
So if we'd order it in a bar, it's a 7. So it's not like our all-time favourite cocktail. It's not, oh my God, I can't even... It's just what... But that doesn't... I was thinking about the rest of the ratings and like the fact that we're already on, 90, sort of 7, 96. And I was like, but what happens like when it gets really hard to rate these cocktails and to differentiate between what's a 6 and what's a 7?
Yeah, when they're actually good.
So... I kind of wanted us to look at our rating and kind of reevaluate how we're going to rate these cocktails.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it will stay a 7. I would order it in a bar.
Yeah.
And then I've kind of filled out the other numbers. Did you?
Yeah, I mean, I do think, 7, I'd order it in a bar. So it has to be like decent. Because obviously you're paying money for it, and then anything lower than that, because obviously you were saying like obviously 6, 5, 4.
Yeah. So do you want me to run through what I've kind of come up with? Did you come up with any, or did you?
I mean, not really. I've kind of just like in my mind how I would have it.
Yeah. But... So I'm going to go from 10 down. Okay. So number 10, I've decided that basically if we score it a 10, like it's my new all-time favorite cocktail. I'd never drink another cocktail ever again.
Yeah.
So it's that top tier, the best thing going.
Yeah.
So then I was thinking, okay, well, if that's 10 and 7 is order in a bar, well, how does 8 and 9 work? Yeah. So basically, I decided that number 9, if we rate something a 9, I would buy it for my friend and make them drink it.
Because that's actually something, if you've ever gone to a bar and someone's like, oh, I don't know what to have, you choose, or something like that, and like you don't know, so you need to have the confidence.
Yeah, you need to know that it's really good and that they're going to enjoy it.
Like, obviously, when we say a 10, that's like we know that we would have it, and that's our cocktail.
Well, it's like ultimate...
it's like top tier cocktail, but you wouldn't necessarily order it for because you're like, oh, what if my taste is slightly wrong?
I don't even think it's that. I think I still would. I think it would be like I would make this cocktail at home. I would order it for friends. I would basically, if there was ever a cocktail that was the go-to for anything, any situation, it's a number 10. Mm-hmm. So number 9 you would order it for a friend.
Yeah.
It's not like the ultimate cocktail, but like you would, if you're in a bar and you were like, and you're like, say your friends were like, oh, I don't know what to get you, but like, no, this one, and I'm buying it for you and making you drink it.
Yeah. Okay. Number 9. That's number 9.
So then number 8, where does that come into between ordering in a bar and buying it for your friend?
Yeah.
I then thought a number 8 is where you just recommend it.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna say buy it for someone you don't like.
No, because that's a waste of a good cocktail.
That can go back down the other scale. Like someone you really hate, we can give them a 1.
No, so a number 8, like you would recommend to a friend. You wouldn't like be like, well, I'm not spending my hard, earned £10 on a cocktail for you, but you want my recommendation, it's this one.
Yeah.
So then obviously, number 7, you would look at it at a cocktail menu and you would buy it.
Yeah. Oh, she's got cue cards. Those who can't see, Laura's brought cue cards to the table.
Yeah. I just decided that made me look really professional.
And there's me with my notepad.
Well, So then, okay, anyway, back to the rating.
I'm going off on one.
Number 6. So how do you define a number 6? So I was like, a number 6 to me would be if I've got the ingredients at home, I would actively make it.
Yeah, because they're there.
I wouldn't necessarily
enjoy
and buy. No, I wouldn't necessarily go and buy the extra unless it was like a fruit juice or something. But if I had make it at home where possible is where I was kind of looking at it. Mm-hmm. And number 5 would then be if someone, like a friend, I was at a friend's for a cocktail party or something. If a friend made it for me, I would drink it.
Yeah.
So like a number 5 is like, I'll drink it. That's fine.
Yeah.
A number 4 is then I would drink it if I had a gun to my head.
Yeah.
Which was what I think we were kind of looking at last week with guns to head kind of style cocktails.
They were definitely up there with the...
And number 3, I would finish it to look polite.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. Finish it to look polite. Just the amount of times I've done that.
Like you'd be like, this is lovely, and thinking, oh my god, this is awful. I'm not about this.
Yeah.
And then the number 2. So if we rate it 2, you'd have like a few sips.
Yeah, and then but slowly just wait for everyone to leave because you don't want to drink, you don't want to be rude.
you're kind of talking and you're like, haha, and having a couple of sips, but you wouldn't finish it.
Yeah.
And then a number 1, so the bottom of the scale is that you can't even manage to finish that one sip.
Yeah, and you want to throw up and you want to give it to somebody that you really dislike.
You just you take that first mouthful and immediately you're like, no.
Yeah. I feel like there'll be a couple of those for me.
Dirty Martini is where I'm worried about my number 1.
I'm excited to try it because I was watching a program called, is it Feed Phil or something on Netflix? It's really good. He travels around different countries and he tries different foods. And they go to the cocktail bar that they filmed, that James Bond was written or whatever. Don't really know the details. And they have a martini and it looks so, honestly, they fill it to the brim. It's crazy. And they're all really enjoying it. And they've got Liam from Bake Off, he was in it, in that bit. And they're literally sipping it like it's nothing.
No, but that's a martini. That's not a dirty martini.
Yeah, but I don't know if they had a dirty martini. They had 2 different ones. I don't know. They had a mixture of martinis.
Were there olives involved?
There was on one of the... No, maybe not. No, maybe I'm lying. Okay.
Yeah, so that's where... Yeah, that's when it gets risky. Yeah.
I do love an olive though, so it could be my drink.
I cannot stand olives.
Could be my drink.
I think we're definitely going to differ.
I always wanted to be somebody who sat at a bar drinking a martini. Do you know what I mean? It's classy, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there are better cocktails to drink.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, when I was out this weekend I didn't know what cocktail to order, and all the girls order porn some martinis and things like that, and I'm like, how do I be different here? And what cocktail do I actually like? Sometimes porn some martinis are not good out.
They can be quite sickly.
Yeah. And I wasn't looking to feel sick.
So fair enough.
I went for a margarita, which was still a really poor choice.
No, I would have said a margarita was a perfect choice, but
it was the salt around the rim. I don't mind a little bit, but they literally covered it.
Right.
Covered it. And I was I took a sip and literally immediately felt like I was going to be sick because it was just too much salt.
Too much salt.
It was my body was like, no. Get out. Anyway.
I didn't think you could make a bad margarita, but apparently I was wrong.
The actual margarita itself was nice and did the job. Got me where I needed to be, but it didn't. The salt was a bit much.
Okay.
So, but yeah. Oh, well,
we live and learn.
Yes, I won't be ordering one of those again. Anyway,
well,
shall we jump into the cocktails?
Yeah, I was gonna say, and on that note, let's talk Eastern Standard.
Eastern Standard. So, what do you want to know?
Everything.
Everything. Right.
You're my history buff.
Ooh.
You bring the facts.
I might need to Google something though.
That's okay.
This is going to be me every episode. I need to Google something.
But I think that's great fun because if you need to Google it, how many other people need to Google it?
Yeah, that's true actually. Got your back.
So we're Googling it for you as well as tasting it for you.
Do you want me to go? Are you going to go through the recipes? Because it's your turn to make them this week. Do you want to talk through recipes?
Yeah, I can talk. Right, okay. I'll go over a quick recipe.
I'll do history.
You're my history buff.
Yeah.
And I do the shopping is basically, although you did the shopping this week because
I went to Tesco on my own.
you were the grown up.
Like a grown up.
But okay, so the Eastern Standard has cucumber, mint leaves, gin. They recommend like a really fancy gin, but we've got Beefeater.
Who's got the time?
Lime juice and sugar syrup.
A very precise amount of lime juice, I must say, as well.
Yeah, but it sounds like a real classic gin style cocktail. Really easy, really summery. I think it's going to be a high rank. I think it's going to be rated really high.
Yeah. Although, so obviously, if you've listened to our podcast previously, you'll know that Diffords Guide have their gentle boozy scale and their sweet and dry scale, and it's a number 6 on both, which
it's slightly boozy.
I think it's near. Yeah, so the ones that we tried last week, they were top 8. So they were 8 and 7 on the dry boozy scale. So we've gone down a tad.
But higher than the Lynchburg lemonade, which was the first cocktail we tried.
Which was a
5-5.
Yeah, 5-5. Oh, I can remember all this. It was a 5-5. So
yeah,
I feel like it's looking good.
Yeah, I think this is going to be. Yeah, I think this is going to be a higher ranking cocktail. I think it might sneak past the 7.
Do you think?
I think it might. I think we might hit an 8.
Okay, I'm nervous now, just in case it doesn't.
I think we might hit an 8. But come on, history buff. Tell me about it. How is this cocktail made?
The Eastern Standard is based on the East Side, which I'm guessing is a cocktail called the East Side.
Well, I know there's a South Side.
Yes, but this is very interesting. So East Side, which was inspired by the South Side.
Okay.
So it's almost like the South Side. No, hang on. Let me get this right. The East Side was inspired by the South Side, and the Eastern Standard was inspired by the East Side.
Yeah. So in history terms, the South Side came first, which then made the East Side cocktail, and then the East Side cocktail inspired our Eastern Standard.
Yeah, and that was created by Soho House Tonic, which I think is this is where I thought I might need to Google. Is a bar, I guess.
Google it.
I'm gonna Google
it. I think you're right. I think it's a specific bar. I'm assuming in Soho.
Yeah.
Not necessarily anywhere else. I assume it's a London, Soho cocktail bar. But have a quick Google.
I mean, you'll have to give me a minute.
I was thinking while you Google, I might start making up this cocktail.
And then I'll have the information that I need for the next one. Why is this? I'm sorry, Diffords Guide, but maybe it's very easy for me to. Oh dear.
Well, that's a first. I've made
a mess.
Not a mess. Just thrown a drip mat across the room by accident. So that'll be a really nice sound for you guys on the podcast.
We might have to try cut that out.
I'll try, but
if it's loud,
no guarantees. So we'll see, I guess.
Anyway, you actually filled the time nicely for me because I've now found the history. So, so one of the Soho House groups, House Tonic cocktails. That's where how it's created.
Okay, so the Soho House group is a group of bars.
Yeah.
And the House Tonic was one of their their kind of signature cocktails.
House,
Can I?
So yeah.
Can I have the cutting mat? So
here we go. We're giving Laura a knife. This could be dangerous.
I mean,
careful.
Probably. I manage.
Careful.
I manage at home, but you never know.
I manage.
You never know. So okay. So to make this cocktail, the first thing I'm doing is that's some fresh smelling cucumber. Which is good because it's fresh cucumber.
Is that, well,
but it's just cucumber is quite a strong smell.
It is. Oh, I love a cucumber.
So what the first thing we're going to do is we're going to muddle. So we're going to smush up, in my technical terms, 3 slices of cucumber in the bottom of my Boston tin. Where's the muddler? There it is.
So yeah, that's a good one for squishing.
So
professional squishing, I call it.
Diffords Guide's recipe has really specific ingredient numbers. So it literally says 3 cucumber slices.
Yeah, it's just a bit precise if you ask me. Because let's face it, when we're all drunk, we don't care what goes in what.
I just didn't think it made that much of a difference to add, and I am currently on my tippy toes.
So bad. You have to cut that bit out, see? Like,
nah.
Myself laugh. Ooh, so rude. Anyway.
I didn't. You were laughing so much, I didn't really even hear you.
No, wait a bit. You know when you're just like, oh, that sounded a bit wrong, didn't it? And then I remember who listens to this podcast, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Okay, so I have muddled the cucumber.
How muddly have you muddled it? May I see?
Pretty muddly.
Oh, that is muddly.
I don't know if you can see it.
Do the whole like influencer like hand behind the.
Oh, the beauty.
Yeah. This is
And for those of you listening on the podcast, it's squished.
We've mashed it.
I got a muddler, which you don't have to use a muddler at home. You could
use a wooden spoon.
You could use a wooden spoon. You could use the end of a rolling pin. You could just find anything at home.
Yeah,
obviously because we're here in the studio, we're here in our little kind of like work bar. I have all the tools to hand, but if you don't have a muddler, doesn't matter.
Just go for it with anything.
There are other things you can use. I'm just going to slide this your way.
Of course.
And then can I please have the mint gin?
Yeah, I should have opened this. Hang on. I'm trying not to make loads of noise for the... There you go. I've opened it a bit far so you can actually get... What do you need? The mint, the gin.
Mint, gin. Oh, I've got the lime and sugar syrup, so that's fine.
Well, you have everything. There we go.
Yeah, I'm also going to make a confession.
Oh,
I left the lined jigger over on the trolley over here.
Oh, dear. Ping.
Okay.
We're all good. Oh, that cucumber smells lovely.
I'm back at the right side of the bar.
I like this cucumber.
This is, again, this is diffords like real specific measures, and it's saying 3 mint leaves.
But then it's like 3 big mint leaves, 3 small mint leaves, who knows?
So what I'm not
You're going to slap them like Steve.
I am.
Slap it like Steve.
I'm going to, well, he says to spank it.
Oh, I don't like that word.
But I don't like it either, so I'm just going to go with smack it. And as you can see, for those of you watching the YouTube, that's more than 3. But I just thought, hey, live life on the wild side. I want it really minty. And then you're going to give it a smack. You don't muddle mint, you just do that.
Yeah, because you bruise it otherwise. See, Steve has actually taught us stuff.
That just activates the aromas.
Your best Steve impression there. Give it a spank. And then he like does it.
Well, no, because now I'd be like, double bubble of gin.
Sorry, Steve.
I'm not. And I know you listen.
Yeah, we know you're listening. He's just like listening to check up that we're not like messing around with anything that we shouldn't be.
Breaking the bar. Or that, or he's lying to us.
Yeah, imagine if he's not actually listening to a single thing that we've posted and he just pretends.
Well, he edits the video for us, so he's probably like, yeah, I caught parts of it then.
Yeah, but okay.
Yeah. So now 12 points, so that was a double bubble, 50 ml of gin. Now we need 12.5 ml of lime juice.
I don't get the 0.5.
So then, it's about there.
Yeah, do you know what? That was actually pretty good. I will give you that. That was actually pretty good.
I know. I'm good at this.
I'm actually excited to try this.
And then 10 ml of sugar syrup. Got the usual Monin. Do you want to grab a couple of glasses?
Do you want these cute coops? No, wait, what? Yeah.
Nicanora?
Well, this is more of a coopy one, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a coupe.
I like that one. Ooh, sorry, I just nearly threw it across the room. That wouldn't have gone well.
I have a fun fact about coupe glasses.
You can have this one.
That Steve sort of got half right.
You like it?
Woo! Did you just fall like your bar stool?
Slidey. Well, I've got my new jeans on and...
You can tell it's been a long week at work.
I'm quite wide, so I do slide off this.
You can tell it's been a long week at work.
Yeah.
We're ready for these cocktails.
Had a day of it. Actually, no, yesterday was my day of it.
You did have a day yesterday.
Just a day, but it's okay. I'm moving past my issues. My car issues, not... I'm actually excited to smell this. And...
I was going to say we can discuss your car issues.
No, we don't need to. Don't, because I've gone on. Laura, bless her, has probably heard so much. Like, this has gone wrong now. Now this has gone wrong.
Right, as always,
for, you know,
you're going to probably have to get the Boston tinted apart because I can never do it.
That's okay. I can do that. I mean, let's face it. I don't actually know if I can. Look at those spikes on that Audacity.
That was...
The recordings just gone mad.
You
You did it! Well done! Look at us, we're getting good now.
Oh, do you know what? It's like I'm a pro.
I think we'll be taking over from Steve. Watch your back, Steve.
P45's in the post.
What's coming for you?
Oh, I didn't pick a great hawthorn, but...
That's okay.
Oh, it's just so heavy.
There's another one down here if you
I
want
was
it.
just about to say, I think it's down there.
This is the Galaxy one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the good one. So this one I am going to double strain, or fine strain. So basically,
say fine strain, but
what that means is that I'm going to use a regular kind of hawthorn strainer, which just kind of like catches big chunks of ice. But because we've got things like mint and cucumber, there's going to be some like real like little bits that we don't really want to get into the cocktail. So that's when you use it's like a little sieve, really. Yeah. It's a cocktail sieve, and that will catch the little bits of mint and cucumber. If I can get hold of this Boston tin.
Oh, it's a nice colour.
There's a little bit of mint still kind of coming through, but
I think that's all right.
like flecks. Oh shit, I haven't done that very well at all.
That's okay, don't worry.
You sure?
Yeah, that's fine. Do you know what? It's fine. I see how it is.
Oh,
It's all right.
You know when you look at something, you think, oh yeah, there's going to be loads left. Because it looked like there was loads of liquid.
It's all right. No, it's fine.
You sure you don't want me?
Oh, no, it's fine, because I only need a taste. Otherwise... Oh, she brought it in.
There we go.
Right, I'm excited. Can we
Even Stevens.
just put it down? I'm so excited.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, okay, here we go. Okay,
right.
Sniff first. Oh, I'm so excited. That sounds so
very
good.
Very cucumbery. Very cucumbery. I can't really talk.
Oh, I know exactly what it smells like, and I will explain in a minute.
Okay.
Am I allowed to like talk about bars that I've been to?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got no...
Right. Taste.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, it's strong though. This is the kind of let's get the evening started cocktail. That's what that is. Ooh.
That's
making my day better.
Yeah, it's definitely making my day better. But also, that's just really, really summery.
Right, I'm going to tell you what it reminds me of now.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I first went to London Cocktail Club, there was a cocktail on that menu called Confessions of a Cucumber Salesman. And it literally smells exactly the same. Obviously, it's the cucumber and the mint, I think, but it's so good. And it has got like a real kick to it. So I'm wondering if that's a little kind of like riff
Similar.
on that. Yeah, it's like a similar kind of like mix.
I mean, I feel this is not obviously like, I don't want this to sound like, oh, well, anyone could make it. Because that's not the case at all. And obviously different recipes call for different measures and they are different.
Yeah.
But I feel like cucumber, mint and gin as a combo is like a classic combo. I think there's lots of cocktails out there that probably have that combination just because it's such a good flavour combo.
I can't stop drinking that now. It's really good. That is a cocktail for me. That is me all
Well,
over.
then what's your rating? Come on, with our new scale.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's going to be rated highly. It actually is.
No, that's cool.
I'm worried about how to... I think it's too... Oh, no. I'm worried. I don't want to put it as a 10, but it's not far off. 9.5. I would rate that a 9.5.
9.5?
I'm going for it. I'm just going to do it. 9.5.
Okay.
That's so exciting. Oh, my God. I could have rated it a 10, but I thought, no, I'll put 9.5.
So, yeah, so just to confirm, so, like, you would go out to a bar, you would order this yourself,
Yeah.
you would order it for a friend and make them drink it,
Oh, yeah.
and if you had the ingredients at
Oh, yeah,
home,
definitely.
would you go out and actively buy the ingredients?
So, I guess, yeah, I probably would, but I'd already have the ingredients because I'd make...
like a gin, lemon, lime juice even, kind of like the sugar syrup. Like, so to have it, all you'd probably have to do is buy a cucumber.
But do you know what? I wouldn't make it at a cocktail party, but I would make it for like if there was just like a couple of us and we just were like...
A more intimate setting.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, should we have a little cocktail before dinner? Because I do that. I actually do that though.
Yeah, why not?
It's just nice. Sometimes you need it. Or even after dinner. That would be good after dinner.
It's quite
A
palate cleansing. Because they're quite soft flavours. Does that make sense? Like, they're not really strong, in-your-face, bold flavours.
Yeah.
They're quite delicate.
Yeah, that first taste took me back because it was such a sour kind of like, just the lime.
Yeah.
What else? Oh no, none of that's in it. Oh, it's just the lime then. Yeah, maybe it's the lime. It just took me back a bit and I was like, whoa, that's strong. But then, You get used to it. It's like that first taste of alcohol. Like it's normally is a bit like ooh. It's
yeah,
good.
I think the sugar syrup, because there's not a huge amount of difference between the sugar syrup and the lime. I think they like complement each other quite nicely and kind of not cancel them out, but do you know what I mean? Like they kind of balance them.
Yeah, it's a balance, isn't it?
So 9.5.
Yeah, I'm going for 9.5.
I would probably, let me just revisit my rating.
I know you're like trying to make it really like, I've got to make sure it's precise now.
Well, it's not precise. It's to help give me understand.
You don't want to go too high too quickly, do you?
Well, a little bit, but also like I'm enjoying this. Would definitely order in a bar, but I'm not sure I'd buy it for a friend.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd buy it for them and be like, you must drink this.
Oh, I would.
I think I'm sitting at an 8. I think I'd say to them like, yeah, that's really good. Like it's such a good cocktail, really refreshing, and I'd be able to sell it to them. But I don't think I'd buy it for them. So I think I'm sat at an 8.
Oh, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. No, I'm gonna stick solid in my 9.5 because I would say that.
I think it's because I know that the next cocktail we make, I think that might be higher for me.
Do you think it could be higher for me because I know what's coming?
I do think the next one's going to be higher, which does bring us to the next cocktail. So come on, tell me. Come on, History Buff, tell me about the Missionary's downfall.
Should I just go through everything? Or am I just going for it?
Yeah, go for it.
I can start with the history, but yeah, 96 is the Missionary's downfall. It's got 15 mint leaves. 15, that's a lot of mint leaves.
So quite minty.
30 ml of Havana Club, so like the 3-year-old rum. 15 ml of Peach Schnapps or Archers we've got.
Yeah, we don't do fancy liqueurs in this house. We've got some Archers. It's Peach Schnapps, that'll do.
Although we do have some homemade honey syrup. Laura made some nice honey syrup.
So I asked Steve, do we have any branded honey syrup in the studio? And he went, no. And just told me to make my own. So I did.
How would we make that if we were at home?
So yeah, that's a really, really good segue.
I know, I was just thinking, I'm going to have to segue off here.
that one's a really, really good segue. So basically, if you ever want to make a simple syrup, which is just a plain sugar syrup, you can do it with Demerara sugar. You could do it with like any kind of fancy sugars. You can do it with honey. So basically, you just get some of your sugar, so the honey or whatever, and then you add hot water and dissolve it down. And I think it's 2 to 1. So I think
something like that. I'll have to
2 parts sugar, 1 part. No, 2 parts water, 1 part sugar. I think Steve covers it. I think on the YouTube somewhere. Excuse me, but yeah, I whipped up some honey syrup. Just before we started recording, and chucked it in the fridge. Otherwise, we were going to have hot cocktails.
Yeah, which could have been interesting. So that's how you make your honey syrup. Then we've got pineapple juice, 15 ml of that, and 15 ml of lime juice. So very kind of like fruity. Is this the tiki one? Are we going to get the tiki out?
Yeah, this is the tiki one.
Tiki. Right. So on the gentle boozy scale, this is a 5 and a 5. So the last one was a 6 and a 6. So we're going kind of back down to the Lynchburg lemonade level. So really slap bang in the middle of the gentle boozy and sweet dry, which is nice. I'm going to go for the history now. So it was adapted from 1930s recipe by Don Beach.
Okay.
At his Don the Beach. I can't really say this.
Beachcomber.
I thought that was it. Beachcomber restaurant in Hollywood. And so I was like, okay, cool. But who is this Don Beach? So I did actually have a little research for this. I mean, I wrote down that he loved rum. And he took part in a few movies. That's why I wrote down. But I can guarantee there was a lot of information about him.
From what I know, is that he's like one of the big names in tiki cocktails. So he's like one of the go-to names for tiki cocktails. Again, Steve's probably going to be like, you're wrong.
You're wrong.
And I'm going to go, I don't care.
Yeah, no, he was. So as Beach's second wife recalled, he understood the South Pacific very well and was very sensitive to the culture. His genius, however, was to translate his knowledge and understanding into something commercially viable. And tiki was born. So there we go.
So also worth noting you might be thinking, you keep saying this word tiki, but what does it mean? So tiki is usually kind of like rum-based cocktails. And instead of it being kind of like Caribbean flavours, which are usually like really tropical fruits, tiki is Polynesian based. So you're talking Hawaii, Samoa, and that kind of Pacifica Island. and they're quite heavy on the spice. They love a bit of spice with their cocktails.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where this Don was kind of like translating his recipes. I don't need that anymore.
Oh, do you not? I thought you needed
no,
a
it's just
cucumber.
it's just for the first one. So if you need cucumber at home.
I mean, I wouldn't say no. I mean, maybe I'll make some cocktails tonight when I get back.
Well, I'll take the mint as well.
Let's just go for it. Oh God, sorry, I'm really knocking the bottles and the. Oh,
gently
need to go home.
Nearly you've just got to drink one more cocktail and then you can go home, Izzy.
What an awful job I have. Oh, I've got to drink cocktails at work. What am I going to do?
Right. Just had a bit of water. I've cleansed my palate.
Yeah, I mean, I've only got juice, which I don't think was very helpful.
So, right. Missionary's downfall. So this calls for 15 mint leaves. Again, I'm just going to grab a handful of mint leaves. The recipe on Diffords Guide does say that you are supposed to muddle mint, but
we don't do that here.
We don't muddle mint in this house. We don't smush it with a muddler just because you kind of like destroy it a little bit. Ooh.
Bruises. It's very sensitive, the mint leaf. It's like me.
It's the Izzy of the plant world.
Yep.
So I've got some mint leaves and I'm going to give it a little smack.
Oh, I don't like that. Don't hit me.
Izzy, get out while I beat you up. So yeah, let's go. So this is 30 ml of it's Havana 3-year-old rum. So it's just a slightly aged, like light white rum. So it's a white rum that has a little bit of age to it.
It's a bit mature, a bit responsible, but not quite responsible enough that it's dark.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of rum. Then the peach schnapps, which I'm going to pass this way because otherwise I end up with lots of stuff surrounding me and I'm short enough as it is.
It's like knocking things over.
15 ml of the peach schnapps. Oh, that tastes like my teenage. It smells like my teenage years.
Teenage years?
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, I remember drinking peach schnapps.
Arches when you were like 16 years old.
Smell.
Yep, that was me.
Oh yeah, that's like. Do you know what? It smells like a jelly baby.
Then 10 ml of our honey syrup. Again, it's not going to be. It's only 15 ml of pineapple juice, so it's not.
I'm excited for this one actually.
This is the one that I'm like
and the smell.
Super excited for. Like out of the two, I was like, no, I want the Missionary's downfall. And I did identify it at the very beginning of the podcast saying that this was one I was looking forward to.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be super disappointed if it's rubbish. I would say I'm not normally a big fan of pineapple juice, but there's so little going in that I don't think it's going to be an issue.
Are the stem ones clean? If not, I'm going to have to use these ones.
I don't think they are.
Okay, we're going to use these ones then because we don't want.
Well, by clean, they've just been on the shelf a little while.
But they get, see.
Are you sure you don't want just a Nick and Nora because there's not going to be much of it?
Yeah, good idea. I just was trying to show off our tiki range.
And then 15 ml of lime juice.
What's the bet I'm going to fall off this? Ooh.
Please don't, because you might smash into some glasses.
Oh my god, imagine. Steve, we broke all the glasses. Well, how did that happen?
You know those shelves that we put up? Yeah, they're not up anymore.
I mean, whoever's idea was to balance me on 4 small legs of a chair.
Well, it's because it's the only thing tall enough for this bar.
Well, that'll be on our next list. Let's get some tall chairs.
I'm not doing very well with the ice today.
That's okay. You're nearly there.
All right. Bloody hell.
Oh,
banter.
Now shake it. Don't spill it. If you didn't spill it. Oh, we just did it again.
2 in a row, people.
Yeah, that's practice. That's what practice does for us.
Admittedly, this is the one that I borrowed over Christmas.
Oh, there
and that was fine. I was like, so I think
practice.
we've got, I think me and this tiki, this Boston shaker have got like,
Your friends.
Good friends. Again, this cocktail requires a double strain. So again, we've got the hawthorn in to catch the kind of chunks of ice. And then I've got a clean little cocktail sieve. And I get to kind of just like filter out any of the little bits.
Oh, the same similar colour actually, isn't it?
I think it's the mint.
Yeah.
I'm doing better at pouring it this time.
Do you know what? I can smell pineapple. Which is good because pineapple is in it.
This one's got way more cocktail than the other one did.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Chuck that over there. Oh god, what a mint.
Try not to...
Steve might need mint tomorrow.
He'll bring his own.
Yeah, I know.
Especially if you want the cucumber and mint to make the first cocktail at home.
I don't know, you know.
Because you're like...
Although, do you know what I love this about cucumber? When you can actually see the water coming out of it anyway.
Right. Missionary's downfall. Sniff test.
Oh. Oh, do you know what? I don't like pineapple juice, so this is going to really, really, really like.
Neither do I, but all I can really smell is like, I can smell the peach.
Oh, yeah, actually.
You can really smell the peach.
Oh, do you know what it smells like? It smells like a festival, and I have no idea why. It's just like suddenly hit me, and I'm like, I know that smell. Why do I know that smell?
It smells like a festival.
Yeah.
Is that Archer's?
Smells like bad decision juice.
Bad decision juice. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah, ready to taste.
Ooh.
Oh, that is good.
That is nice. Oh, I'm on a beach. I love it.
Yeah, that's good. Like I say, I don't really like pineapple juice.
Bit too easy to drink though, I'm not going to lie. I could have shot
Yeah,
that back
that
in one. It tastes like a sweet, but I don't know what sweet it tastes like.
It's very fruity. It's very fun.
Fun and fruity.
So yeah, that is I'm out with my girls.
Yeah,
and we're having cocktails because we're having a night out on the town. And it's just fruity and
where
fun.
it's going to go.
It's just fruity and fun, and it's easy to drink, and you're going to get through about 10 in the space of an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could elaborate on that. And then you have no idea what time you're going to come home in the morning.
So if we're talking like quite sensibly about what it tastes like, you can definitely taste the pineapple and you can definitely taste the peach.
Yeah, I really like it. Actually, it tastes like the juice I'm drinking.
The mint's quite subtle.
Yeah.
But there's like this little undertone of kind of mint.
Yeah. I don't know what it is that I'm tasting that. Maybe it is the peach. Yeah, pineapple and peach together makes that. I don't know, I can't describe it, but it's nice.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this.
Thing is, I made a bad decision rating the other one a 9.5. I should have rated it a 9 and this a 9.5.
Well, you can
swap.
change it. You can change it.
I'm going to make the other one a 9 and this a 9.5 because, yeah, but this is definitely the best one. I think this is probably one of my favourites.
It's definitely like my favourite of what we've tried so far.
I like it a lot. It's a good one.
This also for me is a 9.
So what was the other one to you? An 8.5? Oh, okay.
No, I said 8. I said the other one was an 8. Like
An
I'd
8.
recommend it to a friend.
Oh, see,
this I'd buy for a friend.
This is a 9.5 for me. And the other one's a 9.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is a 9.5.
I just really like it.
It's definitely close to that, like, new classic.
Yeah, but it was better than I expected, which is because I don't like pineapple juice. I'm always very weird with, like, rum and tea. Like, kind of, sometimes I like stuff like that, sometimes I don't. So it was a bit of, like, a risk for me. And it was, I mean, you were really confident you were going to like it. So I was like, well, I probably will. And, yeah, I'm on board. I like
Actually, do you know what? I am going to go 9.5.
That's lovely.
I will say, I wouldn't buy this for my best friend, though.
Oh, just not like pineapple.
She's allergic.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
So, no, I wouldn't buy... I wouldn't recommend, wouldn't buy it for my best friend.
Yeah.
But anyone else...
Anyone else?
I would.
Right there. But it's lovely. I like it. I think might have to be one... Although, yeah, I suppose I do have Archers and stuff in the cupboard.
Or if not, let's be honest, Archers... It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Especially if you get Aldi own Peach Schnapps.
Oh, yeah, let's shout out some Aldi stuff, because let's face it, Aldi is good for buying alcohol, for making cocktails.
Love Aldi.
Because the thing is, like, you know, when you're making cocktails, you don't want loads of like expensive. It's just too much money to spend.
Especially if you've never made it before. You know, if you're having a cocktail party and you're trying loads of different cocktails, you wouldn't spend hundreds of pounds on bottles that you don't know that you're ever going to use again. But at this rate, we're going to be cheersing on an empty glass because we both drunk it.
I know, it's bad, isn't it? Oh well.
Oh, which before you get too further into that cocktail, I mean, I'm leaving the dregs. What have we got next week?
I have no idea.
Oh, have we not looked it up?
Nope.
Get your phone out.
I can find out though in like 2 seconds.
Yes, come on. Google it.
I should have written it down. My mistake.
It's fine.
We have...
Oh, I think I remember now.
Air Mail.
Yeah.
So Air Mail and the Bee's Knees.
I know Bee's Knees is another gin. If I remember rightly, these were 2 cocktails that I was kind of looking at, and I was like, actually, I think these are going to be another couple of really good cocktails.
Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I think we might... Oh, I think we are going to, yeah.
So what's this one?
Oh, are we going to tell them?
Just have a little sneak peek of what's in them.
So the Air Mail has got a nice little mix of Havana Club, so we're back to the 3-year-old rum, lime juice, honey syrup, so we're back to honey syrup again.
So similar to today's.
And champagne.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like the core, the base flavours of today's 9.5.
So it could be a
but
high
with a little
one.
bit of,
yeah.
We say champagne, but we're probably just going to get Prosecco.
Yeah, I mean, unless
we're little bottle of Prosecco.
We can always crack a bottle of champagne if you want, and we'll just...
No, I was thinking of getting like the little mini bottles of like a Prosecco that you can get at Aldi.
Good idea. And then we have, for the Bee's Knees, we have dry gin.
Okay.
Lemon juice. Honey syrup, obviously.
Okay,
again,
lots of honey.
And orange juice.
Okay.
So I think that might be one for... I think we're going to like that one.
I think that's going to be high scoring, yeah. I think, for me, I feel like they might be sitting 7.
Yeah. I think
I'm not sure if they're going to hit the 8s and 9s. I definitely think we're going to hit 7.
Yeah, maybe a high 7. I'm going to go high 7.
Okay.
High 7. Yeah. So excited to do those.
Yeah, and what a great couple of cocktails we tried today.
I know. At least we're happy. Last week I was like, I hated them. So there we go.
But yeah, well, so there you go. That is Eastern Standard and Missionary's Downfall.
Yeah, I'm glad you remembered them.
Yeah. Well, cheers.
That made a good ring, didn't it?